Hey guys, how you guys doing? This is Mario from Virtual Window Shop. Welcome. This is part two of the Appsketier scam, so I can continue. Probably this is not a long video. It's gonna be maybe just a few finishing what happened and adding some stuff that I probably spoke about yesterday and cover some things now. So here's the part at the ending now. So we're in court, but we're basically lawyers in court because this thing is happening in Georgia. So I can't fly to Georgia. My lawyer's not in Georgia. He has someone representing us there. So when we drop the paperwork to him, he shuts up. He's like, he wants to settle. And the settlement he offered was $5,000. That's like a slap on the face. Now, this is after he's been saying that his company is professional. They've been doing this right, and it's me. So he's trying to investigate me, go all the way to my records to annihilate me, to break me down to a certain point. Like he was going to continue to take me to a different. Like if he could arrest me for something, he was going to try to flip this, and that's how bad this guy is. So this is what you have to think about. He knows he's scamming you. He knows he's ripping you off. That's not just him, but this is all the people that work for Appsketier. And later on, I'm going to go ahead and make these videos on every company that work with them, because you have to know that this company is not real. If you submitted paperwork to them and went in there and you try to work for Appsketier, that means that you should have known in that level, in that field of work, that this is not a true company and that they were making money by pretending that they could build apps. Now, like I said before, I don't know if they're building apps now. I mean, they could have built it. There was a theory my brother put one day. He said some companies pretend they know what they're doing. You spend all this money in the beginning. They use your money to learn how to make apps. And that's what it looked like. So anyway, so when he offered the 5,000, I saw it as a slap in the face. I said, well, he's going to continue playing these games. He's going to make next one, he'd probably be 6,000. In the meantime, I have to pay my lawyer another 5,000. And he knows this. So he's going to make me spend more money to get whatever I was asking for. I think we went for $60,000 of my money back. But he's going to make me spend that money on lawyers before he submits to me, because he's about winning no matter what. So I just saw it as a waste of money now, and I couldn't continue. I wasn't going to continue to give my lawyer all this money, because if I settle for 5,000, 6,000, it was going to take another 2 years, as long as he comes to the table, and he knows I'm going to say no to the offer. He knows I'm going to say no. So he's going to keep doing this until we get to that certain number. But meanwhile, I spend more money. So I knew that. So the best thing for me to do was to walk out, tell the lawyer, no. He said, well, you want the 5,000? I says, nope, because if I take the 5,000, I'm admitting that it's over. We're done. So I'd rather just do these videos and expose them. And so there's something comes out of this, right? And I'm thinking now that I might just get a professional camera, get a professional microphone, and do a video on all these scams. There's more. I ran into more while doing this app. And I was amazed how many companies are out there. And I heard stories about other companies from other people developing apps. And I'm interested in those stories later. I'm interested in who are these people, why do they do this, and why do they scam, and how do they get away with it? They're licensed to steal, basically. So here's the other part now. So part two. So now we turn that down. Meanwhile, I had called the news in Georgia and told them what happened, showed them the credentials. They saw it as not newsworthy. And I said, how can you not find that newsworthy? This guy literally just lied to the public, took people's money, a veteran, and we're showing you that he's a liar. And they said, well, there's not enough sufficient evidence. It's right here from Georgia. I said, it doesn't make no sense. Sometimes I wonder if the news, he has so much power there that they find him, like the newspaper wrote, or some article they wrote about him. He said, oh, the hidden gem of Georgia. Oh, the hidden gem. So I read that article about him, and I realized that he actually mandated that. He actually was able to make himself look good, and they don't even know they're being used, because here's a strategy. One, he lies to everybody coming up. You're doing all the reviews. when he's not even finishing the app, he's promoting himself. He's building his character. He's continued building this, which is none of it's true. You know, a lot of it's like are bad reviews, but they didn't post him. He posted it the time he knew he was doing great, and so these people, these outlets that report on him, the little Jim of Georgia, never build apps. They have no idea what this guy's doing. So they look at him as a person of a value, which is not. You know, he must be making a lot of taxes, paying taxes for that city. I mean, you wouldn't want to lose that, I guess. The other thing we did, we wrote the Attorney General's office in Georgia. I think if all of you sit down and write the Attorney General in Georgia, that will probably help out. Write them a letter. Go into their website. Sign. Hey, tell them what happened. Tell them that this company, what they did to you. You know, and I think everyone should do that. If you're having problems with your app right now, you need to email him and tell him you need to fix it. You have to have it in writing. If you don't have it in writing, he's going to try and manipulate you, call you, and tell you, hey, let's talk on the phone. No, you need to have it in writing. You just need to put the bottom line and say, hey, I don't want to speak. You know, I'm giving you a lot of time to fix what you promised. It's not working right now. You failed. Put all that on there. You have failed to fix my program. You have failed to do anything. He goes, I need it fixed. You know, that way when you go to court, you can show them that you did ask him to fix it and you knew there was a problem. Because he'll come around and say, no, we talked and he said it was okay, you know. That's he said, she said, so that leads nowhere. But you want the proof, so basically. So let's go a little bit back about him. Now, one of the first times I thought I had a problem, like I wasn't too sure, but I knew something was wrong. When we first started working on the program, I headed out to Thailand to see my wife. And so I had the hours are different. We're like 10 hours or 12 hours ahead or something like that. And I had to have a meeting with him about the second or third phase or something like that. And I told him, man, I'm not going to be able to contact you. So I'm going to have to, when I get down there, I'm going to have to find a reasonable time to talk to you. And he said, okay, first. So I set up the meeting for 10 o'clock my time, 10 p.m. at night, which would be 10 in the morning for him. He didn't answer. He didn't go. You know, because he is the boss. So when he called me at 2 in the morning after I called him out, I said, man, you have really bad communication skills, I told him. You seem to not listen to what I'm telling you. You just regurgitate back some stuff I say, but you're not really listening, you know. You really need to work on your communication skills. But I wrote it where everybody could see it. Boy, did he get pissed. Man, he got really angry. He called me at 2 in the morning. I got the document. I'm going to show you. He called me 2 in the morning. How dare you put that? And how dare you say when we've been on a communicating with you, we told you, and I showed him. No, you didn't. I showed him what I was talking about because he's only reading what he's telling me, but he's not reading what I'm asking, you know. And he said, well, I had a family problem. I said, well, I don't know that. And he goes, I'm in Thailand 10 hours ahead of you, and I'm trying to find a reasonable time. You could have wrote something, but that just shows you the value he had in me because his time was so important that he's not going to go to work at 10 o'clock because he has things to do. So he's not going to meet with the customer that just gave him $40,000 to build something. You know, one day out of your whole busy schedule. So he won't ship because he thinks he's so important. He's the CEO of a company that no one tells him when to meet and when to deal. I said, first of all, you know, I need to sign the paperwork to go to the next level. But so he wrote a big argument. We got in a big pissing contest and at 2 in the morning. So the other thing that I was thinking about is he mentioned to me in the beginning when he showed me part of the app. He said, Mario, we're at the second stage here. You need to sign the paperwork. I said, well, I don't see the problems. I said, there's more problems right now, so I think we're not finished. Listen, man, This doesn't mean that the app's not going to get done. What does it mean? He said, well, it means that while we're doing this, we need to get to the second stage. Everything you see in apps are going to have problems. They're going to have issues. And this is going to get fixed. All this is going to get fixed. So what you're signing is to go ahead and go to the next level so we can put it all together. So he's trying to say that in order for the app to work, we have to go to the next level. All I'm signing is that this is okay. At the end of the whole thing, I can submit and say, hey, it's not fixed. But this has nothing to do with the app not being completed or that portion not being completed. Oh, okay. So we signed a paper. Okay, everything's okay here. Let's move on to the next one. To find out that is a scam. That is one of his tricks. He tells you that it's okay and nothing's wrong. We're just moving to the next level. And when you move to the next level, he said, well, you agreed. It's right here. You signed. You said everything was okay. No, you said this is part of the process. Once again, he spoke to me on the phone. There's nothing in writing. That's why I tell you, get it in writing. You need to tell him, we need to move the second phase. If he tells you that, oh, it has nothing to do. Can you write that to me on email so I can log it in? So that's one of his strategies to rush you and move you fast. So he's trying to move you really quick so you can get the next victim. So at the end, he doesn't fix anything. He gets a new victim, gives them the same spill, starts over. Meanwhile, the victims are writing good reviews when they don't have an app done. Where are the reviews of the app being completed? I would like to know that. So if you had an app done by Appsketier, whether it's good or bad, I would like to know when did you have it completed, what issues did you have, and if you had any problems like that. So, but there's more, way more. Like I told you guys, this is part 2, and there's more. So I just stay with me. I hope you share this video with other people. I contacted the other company that I told you I'm going to talk about. I wrote him a letter, told him that I'm coming after them. In September, we're going to try to get lawyers, and we're going to try to either sue them or he needs to settle with me now because they kind of tricked me too, There's another company we're talking in Colorado. They want me to remove the reviews. I didn't remove the reviews because they're scamming people too, So you get what you get, You pay for that. You think you're safe. We're going to find out. Hey, guys, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys and have a blessed day.